Hey Sagittarius, this is your November 2019 reading. I should not be shuffling while I'm talking because I can't multitask. Now, this is your November 2019 reading. Welcome, and I wasn't able to give you or anybody, all of the signs a reading back in October 2019 because I was just feeling out. I wasn't feeling good, so I just decided to skip. But now here it is. So the format of this reading is going to be your general reading and then an advice card for that general reading, followed by a quick career reading and a quick love reading, and then followed by 4 advice cards. Those advice cards, by the way, will come from these 2 cards, these 2 decks. The first one is the Wild Offering Oracle by Toshi. Was it Toshi? Yeah, Tosha Silver. And the next card is Angels of Abundance by Dorian Virtue and Grant Virtue. So let's start. Sag. Okay. So I'm doing your general reading. It feels like there's a kind of surprise for you guys for this month. It feels as if something that you did not expect, or something that you haven't got in touch with for a long time. It can be an encounter. It can be news. It can be another person. Okay, let me just take everything in. Okay. Okay. So it feels like to me that you guys have feels like you guys are it feels like to me that you guys are still going through something difficult in your lives, or some kind of challenge in you. For those that are not exactly feeling that there's a challenge, there may be some things that you have not been addressed and are still struggling to get through it. Or I'm getting, for some of you, for those, I feel like you're not putting enough effort in there. But let me get through this card readings, or this card that I have here. So the 3 of Spades tells me that you guys have something coming forward, or something just came in that is unexpected, or you did not see coming through towards you. It can be a person, it can be an encounter, it can be news, it can be a job offer that suddenly came out of nowhere, or maybe something like a threat that you thought or you wish that was in the past, but it's now coming again towards to haunt you. It can be an ex, it can be whatever it is, guys, but it feels like you had this dream, or you had this wish of just moving forward, but then there's this something that is coming towards you. I'm not exactly getting if this is something that is good or bad, but it's just something that you did not expect coming, some kind of news that is just coming back to you in a way that's somehow making you feel worried, or somehow making you feel unsettled because you're not sure. It can be some kind of health issues, or can be something like a debt. I can go on and on, but it's just something that you did not expect coming. Okay, so I think for many of you Sagittarius, you have been living your lives in this kind of entangled scenarios. It can be a relationship, it can be a legal battle, it can be a fight that you got into, and now it's in a scale that you did not think that it will be. It's just so much drama that I can sense here. right now you guys are exactly trying to move things forward. You're now finally trying to, or actively pushing yourself to get out of this situation. Like finally you're trying to do things, and I'm very happy to see this. But I really feel like for many of you it's not enough. I feel like there's so much more that you can do. I feel like there are more ways for you to actually achieve the things that you want for yourself when it comes to trying to get over these obstacles that you have in your life. I'm saying that you need more is because of two things. Your outcome card here tells me that there's still more room for you to grow, and we will get to that later. And also, it's just an intuitive process or intuitive download for me that you guys are just not doing enough. Okay. In the near future, you will be getting more hope, more support, more love. It's somehow, it's not something that is going to just take you away from your burdens, but it's just something that is, imagine if you need a tree, this is giving you a seed, and this seed is going to help you to somehow, like, it's like a light, like a guide to kind of get out of here, get out of whatever scenario you are in. But it's a step ahead for you, or a step for you to improve your lives. Okay, right now you guys are just, oh, it feels like you guys want somehow a very selfish mode, but it's selfish in a way that because you want to help yourself, you want to move yourself further, you just want yourself to be in a good or better place. And there's nothing wrong with that, because these are the times when you have to be kind of selfish and you have to help yourself. And you guys are just trying to keep yourself like taking care of yourself, looking after yourself, and this is a good sign because you actually need it. Okay, now in the outside, the people around you, your environment, they are really, there are things coming towards you. They are bringing you new news. For some, is also they're trying to get back at you. I feel like for many, for the half, or for many of you, just to say it simply, are getting threats or getting news from people that maybe you have wronged, or maybe they have bad intentions towards you, so that's why they're trying to get back at you for, I don't know for what reason, maybe financial gains or something, or maybe just to physically hurt you. And I want you to be very careful with your actions. Try not to provoke anything, because I feel like it's very important for you to kind of keep a lower how do you say that, be more down to earth. Don't expose yourself too much. Okay, don't be too out there. Don't provoke anything. Don't be too suggestive or whatever. So what you want is actually to have a new beginning, and I can feel that because of all of things that are haunting you, you want a new beginning. Okay, now your outcome card, the reason why I am saying that you guys need to do more is that because by the end of this month, it feels like you guys are still somehow in this stage wherein you are still trying to overcome this situation, wherein we are just at the beginning of November, but you guys are already there. But by the end of the month, I feel like you still are in there. It's because I'm not saying everyone is like this, but just know that there are more ways for you to actually do things. You are actually already doing things, or maybe you are already thinking of something to do, but maybe for some of you, you're not making the action, or you are not making enough effort to actually do things. So I just want you to know that, because whatever it is, that if you're still thinking of ways, or have solutions that you can think of, that you are just debating within yourself but not acting, you gotta have to act on it, because it's just a kind of a reminder that whatever it is that you're doing is not doing enough to get you through where you want. Okay, now Yeah, there's definitely a lot of people arguing, a lot of. Okay, let me show this to you guys. There's a lot of people here, and I feel like they are fighting over things. They are in disagreement of each other. Some are indirectly, some are directly. I feel like you guys are directly um, confronting people, and I want you to know that when things keep keep on being like this, I don't think it will resolve in this way. I think someone has to give. Someone has to give, because everyone will lose. Definitely, you will lose. It's a three-party thing to me, and I feel like you guys, if you have people that you have to confront with, there are other entities out there that is indirectly affecting the situation, but it's just that you guys have to know. You guys have to know that there's no way for this to end until somebody gives up. The question is, are you in that position that wherein you need to compromise? So that's what I'm getting from these cards. Okay, so your advice card here is detox your friendships. It says here that your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time with. So be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. So it can be for some of you, it can be the same people that you are with, the same people that you are always with. Maybe you are in this kind of a love-hate relationship with them, maybe frenemies, or maybe you love them, maybe they're your family, your lover, whatever, but they're the same people who are hurting you, okay? Or maybe they're your co-workers. So try to, if you need to somehow get away from them somehow, maybe that will be best for you. Okay. Career. I feel like because of those things that are happening in your life, you are being, it's transferring into your career, your work. All of these are very low numbers, which are telling me that you're not in a very productive way or productive view. You're not at your best right now. And because there are many jacks in here, it's also telling me that you guys are not not producing enough, or you're not at your best right now. I don't see any other message here aside from having small conflicts that are just, it ignites you, even though in normal circumstances they don't. But because of the way that your emotions are right now, and maybe you're imbalanced or something, it makes you angry at the slightest spark. It becomes fire. It's just a lot. I want you guys to kind of pull back and just try to relax yourself first. Okay. For many of you, it can be just an emotional process, or maybe this month you're more prone to being short-tempered. So try to keep a look or keep an eye on your temper, especially at work, because it's just it's so dramatic. It comes off to me as being so dramatic, even though it's not needed. Okay. Now for love life. Love life for Sagittarius. hope you guys are hearing me clearly because I turned on my air conditioner. It's quite hot here. Whew. Okay. Okay, I feel like for the month of November, for those of you who are committed, I will go with the committed first. The committed people, it's time for you to kind of lie low, keep a lower profile, because it's more safe for you to kind of shut up than to speak when you're not in a good mood. Because I feel like there are communications, or there are ways for you to talk or communicate with your partners, but it's just that sometimes you just have to tell other things that are not necessarily true, just to make you feel, or to make things a little bit feel better. But I don't see the necessity for that, because somehow the truth is just, more comforting than having or telling white lies or receiving white lies yourselves. So I feel like somehow there needs to be a kind of agreement between both parties, that somehow, okay, I'm not thinking in the best way possible right now, so maybe it's better for us to kind of just feel more, how do you say that, like somehow be in a friendship level, so as not to be not to critic each other. So instead, it's like a friend, try to support each other more, because you guys need, or you need the other person more at this time, and they need your support. Okay, and it feels like there needs to be an agreement about this, like you have to voice out what you feel, and the other person also needs to voice out what they feel for you. Okay, so there needs to be this kind of agreement for you guys, so try to talk more. Okay, for those singles, I feel like for many of you, because of the, if you're really looking for trying to find someone new, dating maybe you're on Tinder or whatever, so I feel like it's kind of another thing for you guys, because I feel like you guys have to somehow hide the truth if you really want to seek a new person. You don't have to leak out everything, but try to use your intuition on this, because some people out there would empathize with you, or would understand, or will appreciate you being vulnerable and telling them how I'm actually, maybe not on first or whatever dates, but somehow when you speak to them in a way wherein you are kind of being vulnerable, and they understand that you guys are being just honest about things. And I feel like by being in this way, not at the beginning, okay, not at the beginning, but there's nothing wrong with telling the other person the thing or the things that you are in right now, so somehow you get more advice and you get more support from them. Because I feel like it's a very healthy relationship. It's going to be a very healthy communication with these new people that you are going to attract, and there's nothing wrong just be honest. You don't have to necessarily tell them everything in the first 2 dates maybe, but I really feel like there are people around you who's going to be helpful especially when it comes to dating. Maybe not even just dating, it can be the new friends or new connections or whatever. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And now we're moving on to your 4 advice cards. Four advice cards. Okay. Okay, first card is unlimited ideas. By the way, I am pulling 4 different cards because I just want everyone. I want to give the advice to the most number of people out there. So that's why. If it doesn't resonate to you, just leave it. Okay. So unlimited ideas. It's saying here that your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas, guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is to take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. The next card. The next card is enjoyment. It's saying here that striving and pushing makes life into endless hard work. The more you're inviting love to take over, the more enjoyment comes. Allow me to enjoy this life, dear Lord. So even though there are things that you are trying to get away from, take time to actually enjoy what you have, and the more love comes into your life. Okay. Next is take a divinely guided change. It says here that all positive change and successful ventures involve a degree of risk, and now you are ready to follow your divine guidance to new territories. As you leave behind that which is comfortable and familiar but no longer appropriate for you, you make room for new and more meaningful opportunities. Next card is companionship. I like this. When you fully bless and embrace your aloneness, you're ready for the ones who are meant to be with you. May I welcome this solitude, knowing it will open the way for all healthy relationships. So that's it, Sagittarius friends, and thank you so much for listening. I hope this helps you, and I really wish you the best. So have a good month, and for those who are having their birthdays in the early part of November, happy, or the later part of November, and the early part of the Sagittarius season, happy birthday to you guys, and I see you next time. Bye.